It's almost time to make the next soap of the month, and this month I need to do a little preparation. I'm going to be using natural annatto seeds to color my soap, and I need to prepare the oil. So come on. Hey friends, it's Barbara Sue at Kowalski Mountain and welcome back to the homestead. Now I am getting ready to do the next soap of the month for the month of April. And this month I'm going to use annatto seeds to make a beautiful yellow color for my soap. Now the best thing about the Soap of the Month Club is that I have gotten creative and I am trying to switch up my techniques and try new things to make fun and interesting soaps, but I want to stick to natural ingredients. Now for the month of April, I'm going to make a beautiful yellow soap and I'm going to use annatto seeds to color the soap. Now I went online and I did a bunch of research to try to determine the best way to infuse the oil, and I'm going to use the crock pot to make this go a little bit faster. Now while I have planned my soap of the month for the entire year, in order to cold infuse oils, I need about 6 to 8 weeks. And while I'm working ahead, I'm not working ahead that far. So we're going to use a faster method and use the crock pot to infuse this oil. Now I have been waiting for a sunny day so that I can run all the power I want and not worry about solar, and today's the day. Now people infuse oils in lots of different ways, even using the heat process. Some of them infuse just a little bit of oil and add it to the whole. I'm actually going to infuse all of the olive oil in my soap recipe. So I'm going to go ahead and measure it out and we're going to add the annatto. So for this recipe, I'm going to need 456 grams of olive oil. Now we're going to go ahead and add the annatto seeds directly to the olive oil, and we do this on a basis of a half a teaspoon per pound of oil. Well, my total soap recipe will be 4 pounds, so I'm going to do 2 teaspoons of annatto seeds. We're going to go ahead and add a lid. Now we don't want to ever put a glass jar on the bottom of a heat source. And it might be okay in the crock pot, but I'm not going to risk it. So I have this very cool, I don't even know what to call this. It's a trivet, but it's made for exactly this reason. It stores small like this, and then you can put it in the bottom just like this, and it keeps everything off the bottom. Now since I'm only using one jar, I'm going to put it in just like this. And that jar is going to sit on top of it so it's not on any direct heat. Now we're going to go ahead and add some water, and I'm going to add enough water to my crock pot so that the oil is completely in the water so that it will heat up evenly. Now if you don't have a fancy little gadget like that, which probably not, you can just use a washcloth, put something on the bottom of your crock pot to keep the glass off the heat. Now that's it. We are going to turn this crock pot on and we're going to let it go the rest of the day, and I'm going to come back and show you the next step. Now my infused oil is ready. Now what I did was I left this bottle of oil in the crock pot for the rest of the day. So it was probably 8 hours that it sat in the crock pot. The temperature was supposed to be around 100. You could stick your finger in it. You could feel that it was warm but not burn yourself. And I left it there. Now that evening before I went to bed, I went ahead and shut off the crock pot. And I've left the annatto seeds in the oil ever since. And that's been a few days. Now we're ready to strain the oil so we can make this soap. I have a fine mesh screen here that I'm going to use. You can also use resealable tea bags that they make that are disposable for this, but this is something I can wash and have no waste. Now before we get started, here's a side-by-side of the original olive oil and the infused olive oil. Now this is it. That's all I needed to do to infuse the olive oil with the annatto seed color to create a natural color. Now I'm hoping for a beautiful yellow, but this could be from a pale yellow to an orange color in my soap. So I guess we'll find out. Now I'll just use a spatula to get the last of the seeds out. Now, until I'm ready to make this soap, I'm going to go ahead and just pour this back into the jar. Infusing this olive oil has been super simple, and I can't wait to try some new infused oils in the future. Now for my Soap of the Month Club members, this is the only hint you're gonna get. Well friends, as always, we really appreciate you watching, especially to the very end. If you haven't hit that subscribe button yet, hit that button. We'd love you to be a part of the Kowalski Mountain family. Thanks so much. We'll see you next time.